I stayed at the ibis Styles Paris Eiffel Cambronne recently, and I am going to give my honest thoughts about it. For the best price for this hotel, check out the links in the description. Arrival and check-in experience. When we arrived at Hotel Square Louvois, I was a bit taken aback by the entrance. It felt a bit cramped and unwelcoming, sandwiched between a restaurant and some construction. However, once we stepped inside, the friendly staff quickly turned my first impression around. They checked us in smoothly and gave us all the info we needed for our stay, making us feel right at home despite the initial shock. Room, bathroom, and amenities. The room was cozy, but definitely on the smaller side, which is pretty standard for Paris. I appreciated the comfortable bed though. The bathroom had its quirks. While it was functional, the space felt a bit cramped, and I noticed some loose tiles that could use a fix. Overall, it was decent for a short stay, but I wouldn't want to spend too long in there. Location and surroundings. The location of ibis Styles Paris Eiffel Cambronne is just perfect. I was only a 15-minute walk from the Eiffel Tower, which made for some amazing evening strolls. Plus, there are tons of cute cafes and restaurants right outside the hotel, and the metro stations are super close, making it easy to explore the rest of Paris without any hassle. Food, drinks, and dining options. When it comes to food, I was pleasantly surprised by the breakfast at the ibis Styles Paris Eiffel Cambronne. Every morning, I enjoyed a solid buffet spread that included fresh pastries, mini croissants, and a delightful fresh orange juice machine. The vibe was casual, and the breakfast area, though a bit cozy, had a nice atmosphere. I loved starting my day with a cup of coffee and a warm croissant, just soaking in the Parisian charm. It was simple but satisfying, and honestly, it set the perfect tone for a day of exploring the city. Plus, the staff were super friendly and made me feel right at home. What's it like to stay here? Staying here is like diving into the heart of Paris without breaking the bank. The location is spot on, just a leisurely stroll away from the Eiffel Tower and surrounded by charming cafes and restaurants. I love that I could just step out and explore the city on foot without needing to rely on public transport, although the metro is conveniently close if you need it. The vibe of the hotel is cozy, but I'll admit the room was on the smaller side, which is pretty typical for Paris. The first impression of the entrance was a bit underwhelming, but once I got past that, the friendly staff really made me feel at home. The breakfast was decent, nothing too fancy, but enough to fuel my adventures each day. I especially enjoyed the fresh orange juice and pastries. Overall, it's a great base for a city break. Just don't expect a ton of space. The atmosphere grows on you, and before you know it, you're loving the little quirks of the place. If you're looking for a comfortable stay with easy access to the best of Paris, this hotel definitely fits the bill. Let's take a look at the pros and cons. Here's what I liked about the hotel. Amazing location. I was just a 15-minute walk from the Eiffel Tower, with plenty of cafes and restaurants nearby. It made exploring Paris super easy and enjoyable. Friendly staff. The staff were incredibly welcoming and helpful, always greeting guests with a smile and ready to assist with any questions. Comfortable beds. I found the beds to be really comfy, which is a must after a long day of sightseeing. I slept like a baby. Decent breakfast. The breakfast was surprisingly good. They had a nice selection, including fresh orange juice and pastries, which was a great way to start my day. Here's what I disliked about the hotel. Small rooms. The rooms were pretty cramped, which made it a bit tricky to move around with my luggage. But hey, it's Paris, and I wasn't planning to spend much time in the room anyway. My overall rating for this hotel would be 7.9. So, would I stay here again? Honestly, I might consider it. The location is a major win, being so close to the Eiffel Tower and metro stations, which made exploring Paris super easy. The staff were friendly, and the breakfast was decent, even if the rooms were a bit cramped and the bathroom could use some TLC. If I'm just looking for a cozy spot to crash after a day of sightseeing, this place fits the bill. Thanks for watching. I added links from all hotel booking providers in the description, so you can find the best price for this hotel. Make sure you check out the description below.